And now, with the details, I'm Virginia Chilongo. John Shikabe reports that Mwanza Town Council Chairperson Power Mutangenu is disappointed with Ward Development Committee members in Mumba constituency for approving projects without the involvement of traditional leaders. Mr. Mutenguna says it is unfair for the committee to approve projects without the blessings of village headmen because most of the challenges faced by the community are well known by the same traditional leaders who were left out. The council chairman has vowed to dissolve the committee if there is no change in order to help the community members receive the needed development. He has since called on members of the ward development committees to work hand in hand with traditional leaders in order to help community members have access to the new Dawn administration agenda of not leaving anyone behind. The civic leader was speaking when he addressed over 170 headmen of Mumba constituency at Chief Mwanza's palace.
My request through my headman over the issue of witchcraft is that this is a matter that should not take lightly. You know, we have had just not too long ago, I think this week, where in a certain area, I think it should be Central Province, where a classroom or a movie.
Onongo road mwabona mbobe mataligiro teto antomwe ngo beta zama ngomangale we anda mataligiro barayi bandika ba MUP ono kubandika bombuli hurumende ya Zambia imizezo njo tujisi one ano potukere ndiza kulima ward development committee members abo bazolirwa ku council teto antomwe ono ndusire maningi ndagali kwa ufrenuga ijo ndagali kwa jona ikujana kuti kuma project achitika munini mumawadi ali ko kumwinda kainda bahima bhuku takali involved ako kuno tembo mbubo rola grade wena mwali involved ndakausa maningi kujana timwa kali involved I problem tili ama councillors tili aba MUP tili angu tili aba president I problem mbantu mbumwa katupanywe boba ward development committee amu ndibalire maina ba kutwandisa kaba imwe kamuyiba kamubayiba.
Meanwhile, Mumba constituency member of parliament Fred Chatila has called on headmen to help in ensuring that newly recruited teachers who will be deployed to schools in constituency are given the much needed support to execute their duties without difficulties. Mr. Chatila says there is need to create a conducive environment for both new and existing teachers by arraying all fears of witchcraft that has engulfed some teachers in other parts of the country. Speaking when he addressed headmen from Mwanza Chiefdom at the Chief's Palace Saturday morning, the Mumba lawmaker observed the need for teachers to be left to do their work without witchcraft disturbances for the benefit of learners. He says it would be fortunate for teachers to abandon their schools on allegations of witchcraft, as this would affect the many learners benefiting from the free education rolled out by the UPN administration. Mr. Chatila also urged the traditional leaders to take advantage of the new teachers and other civil servants yet to be deployed by building houses to accommodate them when deployed to their stations.
My request through my headman over the issue of witchcraft is that this is a matter that should not take lightly. You know, we have had just not too long ago, I think this week, where in a certain area, I think it should be Central Province, where a classroom or a school is almost being closed on account of the teachers running away because of the wizards around. That is very detrimental to our learners to start with. And also, you can imagine the government has put so much resources. And now, instead of utilizing that, then teachers are running away from that. So my point to my headmen in this consequence is that is something which should not be tolerated. Especially now, look, the government has given us 30,000 plus teachers the whole Zambia. And I know that this constituency also is the beneficial of those. So there's no need whereby these teachers will come. The nurses are coming, you are aware also. The health staffs also are coming. Only to run away on account of witchcraft in the area. So this is a question. It's a serious question I'm giving to the headmen, because these are the people who are looking after these people. When we hear of such a situation, such issues should not be tolerated. So basically, the government should be sounding a serious warning on such issues. We should not tolerate such kind of things. And it, by the way, it is happening almost everywhere. Even here in my constituency, some time back, I was dealing with the same issue, where a nurse comes and then she's being disturbed at night. So those are the issues that which we don't want to see, especially in my constituency. That one I don't want to see. We should even tolerate such kind of activities. So that is a serious caution, or rather something I can request the headmen. Let's work as a team in ensuring that those things really don't happen in our constituencies. It would be good if we roll it out everywhere, where it doesn't happen anywhere in Africa, anywhere in Zambia. Because I mean, what do you benefit by someone who has come to work to help? In this case, like our children, or to find himself or herself in such a situation is quite very sad. So yeah, I'm appealing to my headmen to take serious such issues.
Vice President Mutalena Lumango has disclosed that the Indian business sector has shown interest to invest in many sectors of the Zambian economy. This follows a series of successful meetings she held with Indian businesses during her attendance of the 17th Conference of Indian Industries Exim Bank India Africa Growth Partnership Conclave in New Delhi. Speaking on arrival at the Kenneth Kaunda International Airport in Lusaka from India Saturday afternoon, Ms. Nalumango says various businesses are willing to establish pharmaceuticals, cooperatives, and centers of excellence in the country, among other areas. She explains that during her visit, she and the Minister of Small Medium Enterprises Development, Elias Mubanga, learned how cooperatives are handled under one roof, saying the concept will be replicated in Zambia. Mrs. Nalumango noted that the system of having more than 1,000 cooperatives under one huge company is a way to enhance the sector to create jobs for the people.
India, it was a business meeting. It was not really government to government. It was the business community that invited certain countries in Africa, that included ourselves. And because it's business, we went again to sell our Zambia. That it is, I think we all agree, it is one of the best destinations, for investment. And that's exactly what we went to. And we believe that the work we did was successful. We wait to see investment in many fields, from the Indian business people. We saw people in fields like pharmaceutical. We saw people in fields that are interested in tourism. We saw people that are interested in putting up hospitals or centers of excellence, with expertise. We saw those in agriculture. So basically we saw many people and they were all showing interest. We actually saw, this is where I talked about cooperatives. We went to see Amu. It is a big agriculture cooperatives in milk. So the entire country, literally if you have one cow, you are also a shareholder. Just one cow. Every morning they have worked it out so that every morning you milk your cow, it goes and you get paid. There is nothing like this milk, I'll throw it away. And they help you to ensure you get the best milk for the processes that they do. I'm sure some of you have eaten Amur, products. They come right from Gujarat. And therefore, because it's a cooperative, that is why that cooperatives fall under the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprises. That is why the minister was very, very interested.
That story leads us to our first break. We'll be right back.
Stands to win 250,000 kwacha each race, plus 100,000 kwacha in our end of season draw. 4 to flag. Free to enter. No under 18. Regulated by the Lotteries Board.
Are you at home and want an easier and faster way to access and manage your Airtel account? Download the My Airtel app from your app store. Open the app, enter your phone number, click on Request OTP, enter your one-time PIN, and congratulations! You can now use the My Airtel app to top up, pay bills, send money, and much more. Be smart, be safe.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Nothing works up our emotions like a good game of sports. Just like life, all it could take is one crazy idea to change the game.
Make sure you pass the ball. Let's go.
Are you ready to win? 1xBet. Bets for every taste.
Welcome back. Mufulira Constituency Patriotic Front Member of Parliament Gordon Mwila has expressed regret at the increased number of violence cases against PF members by alleged members of the United Party for National Development, UPND. This follows a recent case where alleged UPND supporters damaged a donation made by Kwacha Member of Parliament Joe Malanji and injured the people that went to witness the activities. Speaking to the media in Lusaka, Mr. Mwila told journalists that the police have been blocking PF Members of Parliament from doing their parliamentary duties. He says this is contrary to the pronouncement made by government that violence has ended. He has further urged government to ensure that what the President says should be seen to be done by the supporters of the UPND.
We are seeing from the cadres, the cadres are coming from the UPND. Recently, this week on Tuesday, the nation was alerted to the incident that happened in the Kwacha constituency at Bulangiriro Clinic, where Joe Malanji, the Member of Parliament for Kwacha, was doing his parliamentary duties. And all of a sudden, cadres belonging to the UPND arrived and disrupted. And they didn't just disrupt the event. They assaulted people, we saw bloodshed, they destroyed the property that he used his personal money to acquire and donate to the welfare of the people. And these cadres saw it unfit. They damaged the property, they injured the people who actually went not to attend the event, but they went to seek medical treatment. In the end, they went back home with injuries and blood coming out of their bodies. Just to accept that it was a spontaneous event, because I can give you, before Tuesday's event, examples where members of parliament who have been in their constituencies carrying out their duties and facing harassment. We have Boman Sambo not long ago, Honorable Sambo, who was in Kabushi constituency. And his tour of duty in the constituency was cut short. The police interrupted his tour, his conduct of activities, citing reasons best known to themselves. And he didn't have a successful visit constituency because he was interrupted. And we also have a case of Honorable Binwell Bud, Member of Parliament from Ghana, when he was in his constituency and at Sokone Market. Again, the police approached him and told him to stop and go back home in his own constituency. These are events calculated and meant to intimidate the members of parliament from carrying out their duties as given to them by the people who voted for them. These are also meant to intimidate the members of the public from associating either with the opposition or from associating, from going about with their day-to-day business. The Minister of Home Affairs gave assurance on the floor of the House that no one will be harassed, everyone is free to move around in their constituencies. Those assurances must materialize into reality so that the people of Zambia can see that what the leaders are talking about, that there's no violence, there's no harassment, actually is happening. Otherwise, we don't want to come back after this recess in September. We don't want to come back in clutches or plaster of Paris because the cadres pounced on us when we were just living and staying in our constituencies or attending official functions in the constituencies. So we condemn this And someone might belittle to say, well, no, it was in Kwacha, it was in Boma. This is how it starts. Because today it's in Kwacha, tomorrow it will be in Livingstone, next it will be in Mchinga. This is how things get coordinated. So as we are seeing this ugly face appearing, we must nip it in the bud. Stop it. Let the people move freely. After all, this has been the chorus that now people are free to move, free from harassment. But what we are seeing is contrary. So we call upon what is being promised to happen. Let the citizens, let members of parliament freely carry out their functions. Let them live in their constituencies, because that's where they've got homes. You don't need to announce to anyone. You don't need to start reporting that now I've arrived at my home. I think that is not a very clear understanding of how.
Development and political activist Elias Mulenga has commended President Hakainde Hichilema over his commitment towards saving Tazara. This follows the release of an addition of over 19 million kwacha in June 2023 to enable Tazara dismantle part of its salary arrears. Mr. Mulenga explains that he is happy to note that government previously released 18 million kwacha towards salary arrears for Tazara workers in April this year. He has commended Transport Minister Frank Tayali and his finance counterpart Situmbeko Musokotwane for effecting the December 2021 directive by President Hakainde Hichilema to find a sustainable solution to Tazara.
I would like to thank the Republican President, President Hakainde Hichilema, under the New Dawn government for releasing another 18 million kwacha salary arrears for Tazara employees. I would also like to commend Honorable Frank Tayali and Honorable Situmbeko Musokotwane for implementing the presidential directive to find a sustainable solution to Tazara problems. This shows that ministers in the New Dawn government are working hard in finding solutions to many challenges and problems that are in the country.
We take our second break. We'll be right back.
This is Melvin.
Hi, Michael.
And this is his house. Melvin always has a lot of people over. Friends, friends of friends, friends of friends of friends. Everybody loves Melvin. And you wonder why. What is it about Michael? Sorry, Melvin. Probably his Airtel 4G Smart Box. 4G speeds for your home and office connects up to 32 devices.
The long-awaited agricultural and commercial show is finally here. Don't miss this 3-day fun fest filled with different events, jumping castles, horse riding, motorbike showcasing, and with over 20 amazing local artists to perform, the likes of Chandana K, Slap D, Yo Maps, Esther Chungu, Chef 187, Angela Nyerenda, Moses Sakala, Roberto, Danny Kaya, Mumpy, B-Flow, J-Max, Mwesh Mulusa, Amayenge Band, AF Power Band, Green Labels Band, Green Buffaloes Band, Peace Preachers, and Suilanji. Date 30th of July to 1st of August 2022. It's all taking place at the showgrounds along Great East Road opposite Mandahi, Lusaka. Look out for the lineups of the day and be sure to be there. Don't miss out.
Welcome back. Now, Bars and Nightclub Owners Association President Peter Mwale says his association is in the process of organizing a peaceful march past to Zambia breweries in order to appreciate the company investing in more production. Speaking when he appeared on MUVI TV show dubbed Our Perspective, Mr. Mwale says it is unacceptable that certain sections of society are calling for the ban of alcohol. He says such a move will affect many people's livelihood as the sector employs a large number of people. However, Resident Doctors Association of Zambia President Dr. Brian Sampa, who recently took a 140-kilometer walk from Lusaka to Kabwe to enhance his score to ban alcohol, has maintained his stance that alcohol must be banned as it has destroyed the lives of many.
This time of age, when we are trying to settle down in our business, then some people begin to call for something that is totally useless, something that is not even important, something that is very baseless anyway, so to say. But you see, our approach to this call is that we strongly believe that Dr. Samba and whoever is calling for the ban of alcohol in Zambia, that is a far-fetched dream, and I can assure you and confirm here it can't happen in Zambia, and it will never happen. Reasons are very simple. We as an association of bars and nightclub scene of Zambia, we are now such a move to happen, and we've got so many reasons, and I have with me what we strongly feel. These are our reasons why we think that the call for those that are calling for the alcohol in Zambia to be banned, we describe such calls as very cheap and very useless. And this is actually, I want to take this opportunity actually to sound a warning to those that are in that habit of trying to say, let's ban alcohol. That is not a good way to go about things. Now listen to this. First of all, the association represents all those that have got legal pets. Our association represents all those that own bars and nightclubs in Zambia that have got legitimate licenses. Okay? Get that very clear. This business of running alcohol, bars or nightclubs is a genuine business like any other business. Why am I saying so? Because for you to run a bar or a nightclub, you have to have a license. You have to meet all the requirements that are prescribed in the Liquor Licensing Act. Okay? Now, the other thing is that, you see, the beer industry or the alcohol industry in Zambia or elsewhere in the world is the biggest industry. For example, in Zambia, statistics show that 20% of this country's GDP actually emanates from the beer industry. Okay? 20% of this country's GDP is from alcohol. How is it that done? Take, for example, let me give you a good example of employment, for example. Do you know that right now in Zambia, as I speak, we have more than 40,000 bars and nightclubs across the country? Okay? Are you with me?
Yes.
Right now in Zambia, we have about 40,000 bars across the country. Let me give you the genesis of this. When I said 20% of this country's GDP comes from the beer industry, I'm talking about employment that we have created. Okay? One, a bar or a nightclub employs at least a minimum of 3 workers. That is a bartender, a cleaner, and the waitress. That's the minimum of it. Now you multiply 3 by 40,000. I want you to do that.
Interesting. Project Support Learners Zambia District Coordinator Nyambe Mutete has commended government over its recent achievements in the last 10 months. In a statement released to the press, Mr. Mutete says the complete abolishment of cadarism by the United Party for National Development UPND is something worth applauding, as this has created a comfortable environment for marketeers to do their business without being harassed. He further stated that the increase of the Constituency Development Fund from 1.6 billion to 25.7 billion kwacha and the implementation of free education from grade 1 to grade 12 is another progressive score.
It's being called a non-working government from some members of society. There are still some people who feel that the UPND government has tried in the last 10 months
Anti-voter apathy Livingstone District Coordinator Nyambe Mutete says just in these 10 months, government has managed to stabilize the kwacha against major convertibles, which as a result has brought confidence to the economy, creating a platform for cheaper prices in goods and services.
We are now heading somewhere as far as the sanity is concerned. The chaos that used to be perpetrated by cadres, which could have plunged this country into chaotic experiences, is no more now. Ending of cadre in our public places deserves more commendation, as this has brought freedom to trade in markets without undue influence from cards. As an organization, we also feel that there is need to ensure that this decentralization process reaches to all corners of our country. Hence, the need for creation of local industries at local level.
Mr. Mutete says the increment of the Constituency Development Fund from 1.6 to 25.7 million is an indication that the country is heading in the right direction.
The second score that we've seen the New Dawn has scored is the increase of CDF from the previous 1.6 million to 25.7 million. And the implementation of pre-education from grade 1 to grade 12 is another progressive score. Though in this area, there is still more work to be done, especially on the selection process of the constituency projects to be undertaken by the communities, as well as the beneficiaries and the recipients of the clubs and the cooperatives. This really needs to be expedited in as far as constituency development funds are concerned.
10-month government and a lot of fruitfulness in most sectors of the country have been achieved, just as promised. One can only hope at this rate the country will be more stable and developed in years to come. Prudence Matalo reports for MUVI TV News in Livingstone, Southern Province.
Minister of Small and Medium Enterprise Development Elias Mubanga has observed that most of the challenges the SMEs are facing is access to finances. He says there is need to explore avenues that are critical to easy accessibility and distribution of funds. Speaking when officiating at the launch of the digital financial platform, the minister says such innovations can foster growth and an enabling environment for both new and current SMEs to grow and contribute to national development. The minister has further amended Digital Pay Go SME Inbox, a comprehensive merchant digital solution that enhances the way SME merchants conduct their business by creating an ecosystem with multiple channels that cut across the needs of various business owners. Meanwhile, Zanaco Chief Executive Officer Mukwandi Chibesunda notes that digitization of payments plays a pivotal role in enabling access to finance for small and medium enterprises, as it facilitates the collection of critical data required for decision making.
It's an opportunity to highlight the importance of using technology, like making payments through digital platforms. I wish to recommend or commend Digital Pay-Go for such an initiative of providing a digital payment solution to the SME sector, which is said to change the way the small and medium businesses conduct. They are today running using mobile phones, and it will directly impact their lives in Zambia. It is through such innovations that we can foster growth on a neighboring environment that will allow both new and current SMEs to grow and contribute to Zambia's development. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the major challenges faced by the majority of our SMEs is access to finance. In trying to address the challenge, it is important to continue exploring avenues that are critical to easy the accessibility as well as, distribution of funds.
I have no doubt that this comprehensive merchant-tailored digital solution will enhance the way SME merchants conduct their business by creating an ecosystem, multiple channels that cut across the needs of various business owners. As an ACO, we understand that the digitization of payments plays a pivotal role in enabling access to finance for small and medium enterprises, as it facilitates the collection of critical data required for decision making. As a bank, we extend support to SMEs with access to finance. However, we acknowledge a notable lack of data in supporting our credit score.
President Hakainde Hichilema has described the late Senior Chief Musele of Northwestern Province as one who was courageous and had a developmental mind. President Hichilema says the traditional leader left at a time government was seeking to resolve a lot of developmental issues in Northwestern Province because he understood that good political leadership is essential for the realization of development. Zanis reports that Mr. Hichilema was speaking at the burial ceremony of the late Senior Chief Musele of the Lunda people of Kabila district held at Musele grounds in Kabila today. The president also shares his concerns on succession rounds in chiefdoms. Mr. Hichilema assured the gathering that government will not interfere with the election process of the successor. The president also said the successor must take the responsibility of taking care of the family, community, and issues of development which the late chief was interested in. On the economic front, the president stressed that government will ensure local people are taken care of as regards investment and mining in Kalumbila district and Northwestern Province in particular. And speaking at the same event, Northwestern Province Minister Robert Lifu said the late traditional leaders, he appreciated the president for choosing to mourn with the people of Northwestern Province and further stated that his office will continue to seek the president's guidance and counsel on affairs of leadership in the province. Meanwhile, local government and housing minister Garin Kombo advised the royal family to find a successor in peace. That story leads us to our third and final break. We'll be right back.
Nothing works up our emotion like a good game of sports.
What's so boring? Why not enter television go passer?
And just like all it could take is one crazy idea to change the game and set the stage for your success.
Okay guys, we have to tighten our defense. You, make sure you pass the ball. Let's go.
This is how winners are made. It's a chance to own the game and seize that just to take their fate into their own hands. Are you ready to win? 1xBet. Bets for every taste.
The long-awaited cultural and commercial show is finally here. Don't miss this 3-day fun fest filled with different events, jumping castles, horse riding, motorbike showcasing, and with over 20 amazing local artists to perform, the likes of Chandana K, Nat D, Yo Maps, Esther Chungu, Chef 187, Angela Nyerenda, Moses Sakala, Roberto, Danny Kaya, Mumpy, B-Flow, J-Max, Mwesh Mulusa, Amage Band, AF Power Band, Green Labels Band, Green Buffaloes Band, Peace Preachers, and Surilanji. Date 30th of July to 1st of August 2022. It's all taking place at the showgrounds along Great East Road opposite Munda Hill, Lusaka. Look out for the lineups of the day and be sure to be there. Don't miss out.
Now experience 4G speeds on your 3G device with the Airtel 4G Pocket Wi-Fi.
MUVI Television will be exhibiting at this year's Agricultural and Commercial Show, which holds from the 27th of July to the 1st of August in Lusaka, under the theme Innovation Through Technology. Technology transforms businesses. To reach out to the public on your products and services, contact our marketing team on the following numbers: 0975 516050 or 0970 649295 or 0965 954959. MUVI TV, your channel of choice.
Desk, where Latin Province Division 1 League, speaking in an exclusive interview with MUVI TV News, Area Member of Parliament Minyani Zulu says the club has been using money from his own pocket for logistics and equipment. However, it is not enough to reach the demand of the team's budget. He has called on football stakeholders in Eastern Province to contribute resources for Nyimba United Football Club toward the success of the team from Eastern Province Division 1 to National Division 1 League.
We've got problem with sponsorship. You know, people from the team from Nyimba to go and play in Lundazi, which is close to, let's say, 600 kilometers, just as good from Lusaka to Chipata. And sponsorship is really killing us. It's really killing us because we don't have that capacity to sponsor teams. But the people of Nyimba, they are so committed to see to it that the team succeed, okay? And the only plea was that, and which the Nyimba district team united the leverage of having some few monies here and there. But I think with this all set up, the local government issues of administration now to manage a team, that also becomes a problem. But basically what we need, we even need well wishers now. You know, Nyimba is a small district. We don't have companies per se to say that at least they can help us to sponsor. And I will lie as a member of parliament that I'm going to do to sponsor the team at 100%. That will be like, yes, I do sponsor them. They need fuel. They are going this far. They need fuel for 3,000. Now buy fuel 3,000, 2,500. Now buy. And that is not enough because the team, what the team needs is so much. And it's my prayer and to well wishers within the district and those who've got few investments in the district that please help the team so that the team can reach high heights.
That story brings us to the end of the primetime news bulletin on MUVI TV. Before we go, let's take a look at stories making headlines. Monze Ward Development Committee warned bars and nightclub owners to stage a march past in solidarity with more alcohol. VIP woos investors in India. Nyimba FC in Hatters. That brings us to the end of the Primetime News Bulletin. I'm Virginia Chilongo, but do stand by for the game show.
Nothing works up our emotions like a good game of sports.
What's a ball now? Why not enter television go pass?
And just like life, all it could take is